So, and it's also like daily, you know, your daily routine, the things that you do every day. So starting out your situation, you have 4 of winter, and on the bottom it says, set aside your concerns for now. You can make a decision later. Solutions that come from meditation, the need for more sleep, or a vacation. And this would be, you know, swords. This is all about thoughts being in our head. This card is, it really is about quieting our minds, meditating, taking a break, taking a vacation, because solutions, it's very difficult for you at this time to come up with solutions because, you know, you're overthinking, overanalyzing is making things elude you. It's not very clear. You don't have the clarity. And, you know, actually to stop thinking about it, stop worrying about it, instead just focus on something else. Also, it speaks of, you know, getting adequate rest so that you're rejuvenated, you're refreshed when you wake up, you can be more optimistic. So many of you are just, you're worn out. You're battle weary, you're worn out, you've been going through this situation for a very long time and you're just kind of over it. But you're not over it, you want to be over it, but you keep. So some of you are losing sleep, you're worried, you're upset, you feel like you're on your own in the cold. So you've got the snow all over. So she feels like she's on her own. She's got these prickly little pine cones, pine needles. Some of you feel like you've been shut out in the cold, you've been left in the cold. Some of you are kind of like in the cold, you don't want to come out of the cold, but you're stressing, you're worried, you're fretting, you're trying to. Some of you are like looking at the decision to move on because you're done with it, you're over it, you're finished with it, you're tired of it. So it could be a love situation, it could be any situation. It could be something work related, but you're over it. You're ready to move on. You're tired of it. They're saying like you've tried to make this situation work and it's just not working. And you can't bear it anymore. You just can't continue to do this or go through this any longer. Now, what's the foundation that has led to this situation? You have 2 of spring, and this is fire, wands. It's all about action, doing things. At the bottom, it says a bright future manifested through hard work and creativity, partnering with others who share your dreams, great progress being made. And this is about a positive new beginning, a positive start, you know, opportunities to move forward, move into the future. And when you look at it, you've got these 2 people and they're working together, they're building this boat. It's going to take them into the future. It's going to take them to the future, to the things that they desire, the outcome that they desire. I don't even get like it was a spouse or anything. It was a relationship that really didn't get off the ground. There was potential for that, but it didn't get off the ground. And he chose someone else thinking that he would have a beautiful new beginning with them, that other person. But it's turbulent. It's filled with turmoil. But meanwhile, it's left you in the cold and you're just over it. You're done. Although you have continued to worry and fret about it, and some of you have been totally committed to moving on. You're like, that's it, forget it, I'm done with him, I'm moving on. They're showing me the ring. So some of you have moved on, you're dating, you're like, okay, I'm getting engaged, I'm marrying someone else, I'm done with him and all of his baloney. Now what's blocking you? You have the Queen of Winter. So this is you. Now, this could be opposite sex, so if you're listening to this and you're not a woman, change the sexes accordingly. If it sounds like your situation, it is. But you have the Queen of Winter, and it says, strong, patient, self-sufficient, funny. And at the bottom, you have let go of people or things that no longer serve you. Now is the time to focus on your career. Unmarried or divorced individuals. And, you know, the Queen of Winter, she has it all. She has everything. Now, she's been through a lot to get there. She's had a lot of difficulties in her lifetime, but that has helped her grow. That has helped her grow stronger, more confident. She has overcome all of the challenges that she's had to face, and her strength is resolved. And now she can handle anything with a grain of salt. It's not an issue. She's also, because she's very wise, she can point you in the right direction, with, you know, confidence. She's got this little knowing glimmer in her eyes. She knows things. She's amazingly patient. She's very heartwarming, easy to be around, someone that you're comfortable with. She has a lot of experience. She's very diverse, very well-rounded. She has let go of anyone and everything that has not served her. Anything that's brought her drama, heartache, she's let it go. She's cut it out of her life. She's very witty. She's very intelligent. She is someone, because, you know, this would be swords. Cut you with a sword. She is someone that can put you in your place. And she can do it in such an eloquent fashion that you don't even know what just happened to you. Like, she can leave you smiling after she just put you in your place. But you see how she's like sitting in the cold. She's totally surrounded by ice and cold. She's on her own, in solitude. This can also be a card, of course, you know, just focusing on your career, focusing on money, focusing on everything except for relationships. But the Queen of Winter, she also can cut through the BS with her sword. Now here she's got this icicle. So you can see it, it's red. But she can just cut through the BS. But she also lacks emotion. She's cut off her emotions. It's interesting. So see how she has this wand? It's like this sword. And she's in the cold. See how she's kind of like looking up and to the right. And almost kind of like a look, are you effing kidding me? Are you kidding me? Some of you are going to have someone that wants to come back and talk to you, but it's almost as though you're not going to give them the chance to have the conversation with you, because it's almost like you're going to be looking at them. Are you effing kidding me? I've put up with so much BS. Don't want to hear it. But they're trying to get you to let your guard down. They're trying to get you to, you know, defrost a little bit, melt yourself a little bit, because for most of you, this was a relationship. He chose and he went with someone else. And now you've cut off your emotions. You're cold. Even for those of you that are in a new relationship, for some of you even moving forward in a relationship, who swiftly, because it's like you made up your mind, done, deuces, I'm out. But that there's not even really any emotion in that either. Your heart's not in it. Because your heart has iced over. You're cold. You don't want to open up to emotions because you were hurt deeply by this. But that's what's blocking you. By not opening your heart, by not thawing out the ice. By not being open. Because I guess for a number of you, like in September, October, there's going to be some conversation with this person, this love interest, this ex. And at the point where you're at right now, you don't care to hear it. You're just like, cold as ice, done. I'm done. I've taken all I can take. I cannot bear any more of this. But because you're at that state, that is blocking you. Because for most of you, this is the love of a lifetime. And sorry, Scorpios, as much as I hate to have to say this, for many of you, this is a divine love. It is a person that you're destined to be with. But you have been through so much with them. Now, I'm a Scorpio. I get it. I totally get the being done and being over the heartbreak and the being plan B. But your heart and your mind are saying two different things. Because you know that this is a destined love. But you are kind of over it. Which is why a number of you are moving on. The other thing that's blocking you, the Queen of Winter, Queen of Swords, she cuts through the BS. She gets to the truth. She wants the truth. Many of you are blocked because you still don't know the truth with what in the heck happened here. Why did you make this choice? You don't have the details. You don't know everything that happened. And because of that, that's why you've become cold and closed off, because you're like, what it appears to be is something different than what it is. For some of you, it could be what it appears to be, but you don't have any information. You don't have the truth. You don't know what is going on. And because you don't have the truth, that's why you're done, you're over it. Some of you are trying to make the decision. Some of you are making the decision to move forward. They're trying to stop you from doing that, though. Because some of you are at the point right now that you're making the decision to move forward with someone else. Because you're like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Even though your heart's not in it with the other person, you're like, I don't care. I'm in it. I'm committed to it. I will make it work with this other person. But they're trying to get you to not do that. And you know that. Because what's unknown to you, you have the High Priestess. And Scorpios, you are the detectives of the zodiac. You are highly intuitive. You know things that are going on. You're having a hard time trusting it, though. So the High Priestess, at the bottom it says, trusting your intuition, careful reflection before taking action, insights that come through meditation. You are the High Priestess. You're actually both of these. But the High Priestess, I mean, you have true spiritual gifts. You are highly intuitive. You receive insights about yourself and other people all the time. You have very powerful intuition and connection. And that ability, those psychic abilities, that intuition, that knowing, it is leading you in the right direction. But you don't want to hear it and trust it anymore. Because again, you know how she's kind of like looking up like, yeah, whatever, I'm over that. Because the emotions are so rocky. See this water? It's almost like all these pebbles are being thrown in there, and it's getting kicked up. You feel that this is the one for you. You feel that this is a divine love. You feel that this is a meant to be love. However, everything that you have seen with this person has been the opposite. So what you get with your intuition, your knowing, is that, okay, and it's like she's holding this book. It's almost like the book of life. So it's like you know that it's written in the book that this is the divine love that you are meant to be with. Twin flame, twin soul, soulmate. You know that they are your destiny. But it's all intuition. You're not seeing any physical manifestation of that. Everything that you're seeing physically is the opposite of what you're getting intuitively. And that's why you're at the place that you're like, I just can't do this anymore. I feel like I'm going crazy. I feel like I am losing my damn mind because I keep getting all these signs and synchronicities that he's the one, but he chooses everyone else. He goes the other direction. He ignores, cuts me off. So I've cut my heart off now because I don't have the truth. I don't know what's going on, and I am tired of this, and it's made my heart cold. So I'm now all in with someone else. I'm now making the decision to move on full speed with someone else. And by full speed, like Scorpios, you're full. There's some of you that are full speed, like dating, getting married in just a matter of a couple months. Because you're like, I am over this. He has, for most of you, it's love. It's like he chose the other person. He chose something else. And that was the final straw that broke the camel's back. You're like, okay, I'm moving on. ASAP, immediate. The angels are trying to slow you down. Because your intuition's correct. What you're getting about this person is correct. They are the one that's for you. They are meant to be with you. You are meant to be with them. But you don't have any more patience. Because, you know, one of the things that the angels are recommending is, these, of course, cards at the top are all about, you know, what they're recommending. And the first one you have is patience. And at the bottom it says, I trust in divine timing. You see this magical unicorn is stuck in this ring. Because you don't have patience. You want to break free. But this is, you know, it's talking about, you know, God's timing is perfect, not our timing. God's timing. Your prayers have been heard. You really wanted this to happen. You were intuitively getting that this was going to happen. But you are not seeing this happen. And you're like, what in the world? Now, for some of you, this could be a situation that's not love related. It could be maybe you're wanting to make a change at work, or you've just been waiting for a shift in work, home, family, and it's just not happening, not happening. Be patient. Be patient. What you're intuitively getting is correct. It's spot on. It's just not the timing that you're thinking. You know, your prayers have been answered. You want this happiness of heart. You want to have this divine love. You want to have all these things that you've gotten visions and signs and synchronicities about. You're like, okay, all right already, make it happen. But you've gotten to the point that you think that your prayers are not being heard. They're not being answered. Some of you think that, like, God and the angels have just hung up that phone. They've hung up. They've disconnected. But other people's free will and choices are involved. And their free will and choices, and also their lessons. Maybe there's lessons that he's still learning that he's not learned yet. But when it comes to divine connections, when it comes to something like this, their choices, their lessons, their delays, well, they're going to cause you delays. But you just have to trust that God, Jesus, the angels, heaven, they have a perfect plan. They have a perfect solution. Everything that you desire will show up at the perfect moment. All you need to do is be patient. Be patient, trust, let go, and let God deal with it. Like Mother Mary, she had unbelievable patience. Be like her. Trust God's timing. And trust that you don't have to work so hard. You don't have to do a thing. You just need to let God do the things. And you also need to let down your guard, because the next card that you have is go the distance. And it shows this cheetah racing across this dry, arid desert to the finish line. And this is all about endurance and strength in the long haul, because this situation, it's not a sprint. This is a big dream. This is something that you have wanted for a very long time. For many of you, your whole life. You've dreamt of a love of the lifetime like this. You've dreamt of this situation, this career of a lifetime. You have wanted this. You have desired this. And it's so close within reach, but it still seems to, you feel like it's fading away. Like you have to let it go. Because there's been fluctuations. It's taken so much time. You've been having ups and downs emotionally. You see how the sand is picked up and it's peaked at different points? But you just don't feel that you have the strength anymore. They're trying to bring you the love of a lifetime, a harmonious relationship, a relationship that truly will stand the test of time, a relationship that no matter what, ups and downs, goods and bads, it will still go the distance. It will stand the test of time. That's what they're trying to bring you. They're trying to bring you this divine love. But because there's been so many ups and downs, and because it's dry, it's arid, it's a desert, you feel like there's no love there. There's no emotion there. There's nothing left. It's dried up. So for some of you, because you have been through so much, it's like you feel as though your emotions have just been dried up. Or you feel that that person has zero emotions, but you just feel you cannot go on any longer. They're saying, hang in there. Hang in there. This person, this situation, it is something that is taking time. It is taking time because there are a lot of moving parts and pieces to the puzzle. But it is going to happen. You just have to have patience. Oh, and they're saying, and you have to allow your emotions to come back and resurface. You have the emotions. You've just blocked them out. Oh, cut them off. Allow yourself to feel again. Allow yourself to melt. Allow your heart to open up again. Know that they are bringing you this relationship, that it can be trusted, that person can be trusted, he can be trusted. You are very close to the finish line. You don't realize that. But you have to hang in there. The last card for the recommendations is honor and trust your feelings. And at the bottom it says, thank you, Archangel Michael, for supporting, guiding, and protecting me as I listen to and act upon my feelings. Help me understand and express my emotions with love. And it really is about trusting your feelings, trusting your emotions, trusting what you're getting. You know, looking inward, listening to those feelings, listening to those even physical. Like sometimes we'll have physical sensations that are tied to our emotions, but trusting that. Trusting that, knowing that it's the truth, accepting that. Scorpios, you're torn. So remember, you had this love interest, this love of a lifetime. You felt he was the one. You felt he was your destiny. You felt, oh my gosh, he can be trusted. I can count on him. I can build something on a solid foundation with him. I can build this love of a lifetime. you know, these dreams, these things I've desired, you know, can actually come true with him. But then it all just fell apart. And what you're seeing is not matching what you are intuitively getting, what you're intuitively feeling. You still feel like that person be trusted, but you are totally ignoring it. They're saying for some of you, you've just stubbornly, out of hurt, are ignoring it. That's why you put up this wall, you're cold, you got your sword ready. You can trust him. What you're getting about him in the connection or the situation is correct. It is correct. Okay, let's do a quick clarifier on your situation. That's funny. Okay. So you have, and again, this is on your situation, you have pathway, and this is all about a very long, bumpy road. Something that you think there's light at the end of the tunnel. You think it's going to transform. You think it's going to be great. But every time you get beat up, you just get beat up. It's just taking too long. And then we have the message of concern. You see how she has her heart, her hand up on her heart in like surprise. Like she's received some very disappointing, sad, disheartening information. You know, she's touching her heart in dismay, shock, sorrow, because that's not what she expected to hear. That's not what she wanted to hear. News that's sad, news that's depressing, news that is disheartening. But that's the information that she received from him. And this is the wealthy man. And the interesting thing that I was saying is funny is the bottom of the deck is the privileged lady. And if you look, these two are a couple. The wealthy man, his woman, his other half is the privileged lady. When you look, the woman who received this message that was disheartening, they're the same woman. They're the same woman. So, this is a divine love. This is a meant to be love. But you receive some information from him, about him, that's upset you. That's had you worried. That's had you making the decision that you're like, okay, I'm moving forward. I'm moving on. Some of you have had you've been spinning in your thoughts in your head.